Okay, let's have a look at the edge flange tool. So here I have a pre-made sheet metal part. Let's just flatten it. I've got, see, 4 sides and a base. And let's try the edge flange tool. So we have, the first thing we need to do is pick an edge. Let's just draw an arbitrary edge flange. Let's move the angle so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so by default we're using the initial sheet metal part default bend rads. We can change this to 0.5. The angle we can change. We can change the length of our flange. And we have various options up to vertex, up to edge of mitre. We can change where our dimensions for our length are based from. We want to use the entire length including the angle. We can also change the flange position. So we can start further down. We can bring it up to the line. Some of these flange options are better described by using a 90-degree angle, so you can see how they play around the line or the edge that we selected. We can also have an offset, so we can manipulate our offset so we don't have to start right on the edge. Let's turn this off and just produce our initial edge flange. So the feature will now form part of our flat pattern. So if we flatten, we can see there's an extra angle and section of material. Let's go back in and edit. We can add more than one edge flange in one go. So let's change the angle while we're working on this. Go back to 90 degrees and select further edges around the part. Okay, so here I have my open box. Flattening, we can see all 4 sides have added material. Okay, but there's more you can do with the edge flange. Let's go and edit, and let's perform an intersecting angle which would normally cause conflict. So 45 is still in clearance. Let's reverse it. So, and you can see we're already pre-predicting a relief section. So Solidworks has automatically computed that the edges would have clashed. And the sheet metal part reflects the geometry we need to produce the part. And that's the edge flange tool. Let's see how the mitre flange tool works. So here you see a basic sheet metal part. It's basically a rectangle. There's no flanges. We've got nothing bent up at the moment. So let's start using this feature. So select mitre flange, and we need to select a plane and find an edge. So let's zoom in to this corner section. So here is the edge we want to form our mitre on. and we're going to pick this face. So we're into sketch mode. Let's change the view. Wrong view. Let's move it around. Okay, so let's begin sketching. So we're basically going to construct 3 lines, and we're going to have 3 faces, or 3 bends come from these. So let's put some dimensions in. 10, 8, and let's say 12, 15. Let's make it 15. So we're about to add 3 bends. Let's get it lined up. Okay. So we've automatically got our sketch and our edge selected. Let's look at the edge that we're forming on. We can change the bends about the edge. So we have 3 options here. You can see the corner moving. Let's have a move it around. And we can actually select multiple edges to form all the way around the sheet metal item. So 4 edges, and we're going to replicate the shape all the way around the part. We can change our offset, so we can offset our start from our starting edge and face. So 10mm. Let's move this back. But we can also offset the end position as well. So D2, let's offset by 10mm again. And we can offset the end. Let's put these back to 0. We can change our default radius, which is set by the initial sheet metal part. So if we're not happy with it, we can change it. Let's leave it as it is. Or maybe let's change it, because that was a funny shape. So 0.5, yes, a nice round number. And then we can change the gap. So changing a gap gives us greater amount of relief. When you're putting your part together, you got to always think about how you're going to form your section. So this mitre section would be fairly difficult to form in reality. You've got to think about getting some forming tools in to position. So you can see here the flat version of the part carries through the corners. Yeah, so always think about whether your sheet metal part can be formed. I mean, this would be fairly difficult, especially some of the inner edges. But for as far as the tutorial goes, we're just showing you how the feature works. If I wanted to add some extra edges, I can just simply go into the sketch, draw on 2 lines, change the angle to 45 degrees. We can fix the geometry in various ways, change distances, move things around, use some holding geometry, so a construction line. Let's turn this into a construction line to hold the geometry. Or if we don't want to use the construction line, we can get rid of it. And we can simply constrain edges to points to do the same job. Okay, I'm happy with this. So you can see changing the sketch has modified all 4 miter joints. Again, you need to really think about whether this shape can be formed. The flat pattern is also modified, so we can see all the edges have been collected. And there you have it, a mitre, or a series of mitre bends. You can see the sheet metal part has collected every single edge, and we can turn these on and off as wanted. And that's it. Let's take a look at the hem feature. So the hem feature is in the sheet metal toolbar. We select an edge and the feature begins. Select a second edge. Unlike the mitre feature, we don't have to select a face to draw upon. The hem feature just simply pre-predicts what we're looking for. But we can change the defaults on the toolbar. So we can change our curve and where it acts upon in relation to the edge. We can change the type of hem, so we've got a flat crossover, have a larger angle. We can have it coming over and back up on itself. So if we zoom back in, we can change the angle of the overlap. And we can remove any flat face overhang altogether with the last type. So here we've got the size of the curve, change it to 0.25, and let's change the angle to 250, no, 270. 270 will bring it 3/4 of the way around, 360 degrees being a complete loop. You see the relief in the corners, maybe not realistic, but you can play around with the relief in the corners. Just change it to isometric, and then let's flatten. So you can see that the flat sheet metal part has taken up the shape of the hem. Okay. Let's go back in. Let's edit the hem. We can look at the custom bend allowance. We can change the relief type. We can add and remove edges. Obviously we've looked at the different types of curve, but let's reduce the angle, the rad of the curve down. Another thing we can do, you see the flattened part has taken up the new shape. We come back out of this. Another thing we can do is we can actually modify the length of each of our hems. So if we go into one of the sketches, this is the sketch for our first hem part, we can change the length of the hem in terms of the edge. So this is the sketch, which was made for us when the hem was produced. So if we change one end and then constrain the other end, let's make them slightly different dimensions, you can see the resultant hem is offset back. So just by changing one of the sketches, we've modified the hem, and we can do this with all four hems. You can see we've got 4 sketches on that left-hand toolbar. So we could have custom relief, custom setbacks, yes, that's it.